Oh, yeah. Today is 16th of January. Tomorrow is my wife and I will have been married 62 years. So it's been a pleasant 62 years. Look forward to some more. I don't know if we'll last another 62, but we'll last as long as we can. And we're going to have a great dinner tomorrow. We got porterhouse that we took out of the freezer today, so it should be thawed out tomorrow. And baked potatoes, and I don't know what all the rest of the fixings will be, but we'll put them together. It's been a good time. So now I'm going to get to the next part. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything out there, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. All right? Nothing bad. Probably some good will come out of it. But it's been brought to my attention that for some channels out there, negative comments or feelings toward this big gift giver out there, David. Most of the channels really don't want the subs to say too much out there in their comment section, and I go along with that. You depend on a financial gifts to be able to put on a channel, and some of them, and I'll say like Lisa, the two Lees in the pod, the gifts there that they're collecting to help Michelle and John and little Harley, those are for a good cause, and I back that 100% of everything they're having to do that, and they've done a very good job so far. They've collected money for the fence and Harley Jolly Christmas and Otter Creek and stuff. So those things worked out, and I trust them 100% and back them 100%. I think Lisa's one of the greatest people out there. She's done more than all the rest of us in coordinating, collecting, and making sure it happened. I mean, how many people could do that in such a short time? A lot of people can't even build a house in that time or get the permits in that amount of time, and she has worked wonders to this point. And the next goal is getting the barnuminium completed so that the family can move in there. And the place really has taken shape. I think it looks nice out there. There's a lot of people who don't think so, but that's on them. People that don't like it or don't think about it, well, life must suck for those people that have to take little things and gripe about it, and they don't want their family to have gifts. Let's put it that way. So, and so that's enough said about that. But one of the biggest things is that because of this gift giver out there, he has made different conditions on the different channels. I mean, he don't mind giving these things out, but he wants certain conditions, which is, I guess I understand it to the point. The gifts I've given over the years have been without strings, and sometimes people give them with strings. They want, there's certain obligations to go with it. I've never done it that way, and that's okay. But one of the channels out there had said, old men that don't like David are not welcome on his channel. It just so happened I was there that night and made a couple comments. And I realized sometimes just because you're in a channel don't give you the right to make comments. And so the creator has every right to tell you not to do it. They just do. For me, I looked at it and I'm thinking, I'm an old man. And, of course, I'm set in my ways. And I don't want to step in anybody's crap, okay? I'm just not going to do it. So I understand. Guapo put a line in the sand, and he said, people that fit my description are not welcome. And so I'm not going to bother you, Guapo. Please accept my apology for even being there that night. I don't believe in David in any way. I think there's a problem. I've just never seen anything quite like it, and that doesn't mean that that I disagree with his gifts. Sometimes I think that gifts should be just that. They shouldn't have strings. And I also noticed he has made comments, this gift giver, David, about PBR. PBR is a friend of mine, so there's another strike I don't like about the guy. And I'm sure he don't like the comments that I've left from time to time. They're not derogatory, but they're not great. I'm not patting him on the back. I haven't from day one. I've been suspicious, and sometimes you have to be suspicious of large gifts like that. I've never seen it happen before. And I've been happy for the creators. I've been there different times where he's handed out anywhere from 100 to 150 gifts of memberships within those channels, and such as Super Dave out there. Most of the people in his channel have been given memberships by David. He does ask certain conditions afterwards. He's given a tremendous amount to Guapo, so I understand why Guapo wants to back him up, more so than he would anybody else that's been around, regardless of how they've been around. Monetary reasons are the reason a lot of people have videos, and so money speaks. Okay. So, and he's spoken. Now I've been in other channels as well. I've been on PBR, and he hasn't said anything about whether I can make or not make comments. So I freely put them on his channel, and I don't know if they're get him in trouble or not. I hope not. And the other night I was there when it got pretty rough going in Lisa's channel. This guy, he was attacking Lisa just like he was in Guapo's. And of course I left a couple comments up there. And when it got to the point where everybody was being asked to shut their mouth and cool it, and this guy was having free reign of attacks. Now, a couple of mods jumped in there and timed him out, because he wouldn't let the sleeping dog lay or lie, whatever you want to say. And I'm sure all it did was piss him off more. So, this guy, he was saying he couldn't even email or whatever it was back to Lisa. And I know that's BS, because I've used the mail service multiple times, and Lisa's always answered it back. So I know that it's up and running, and the guy lied about it. I don't know why. And of course, everybody's going to say, well, there might have been something else in there that did it. Baloney. Lisa tried to make phone calls and all kinds of stuff to contact this guy. He plays his silly little game, and he can't. That's him. This is my channel, and I'm going to say what I want on here. I don't have anything to lose on this guy. I don't depend on that income. I do understand the channels that do. So because I don't want to get in the way of a possible gift for you guys out there. And you know that I do express my mind when I'm on your channel. And sometimes it may be without thinking through it too much, okay? And that your channel is not mine in any way. So, and I respect the rules and the things that you're going to say in your channel. That's fine. But I don't want to get in the way to cause you a problem of financial gain. So why I'm on here today is to assure each of you that I will not do that on your channel. Now, you're not going to see me in the chat very much, okay? Because I don't want to make that mistake. I don't want to hurt a channel out there by giving my opinion. I don't want to do that. And I won't do it after your video's over either. I may send an email so that it's very private, and that way, if I don't like something, I can express it without dragging you guys into this point where you get so much scrutiny that maybe others will say, I'm not giving. Okay? I want each of you to be able to get those financial gifts when they're available. I understand how David is, and he is not going to take kindly to people like me if I'm expressing my opinion about him or what he's doing in anybody's channel. He is not the type to forgive, in my opinion. I'm not mad at the channels. I know that you guys have to have that. You also need your base that got you where you're at. So you have to be kind of, I don't know what I would do if I was in your position, because trying to keep the peace from somebody that comes in all of a sudden and tries to override everything that you may have built, it goes against the grain of some of those that were there the whole time to see you from your beginning, and they're with you 100% right to you realize whatever goal you're doing at the time. I'm not upset with any of you. No. I just don't want to cause you harm. I think a lot about all of you. You know, and that goes for Super Dave too. You know, he's a young man that's trying very hard. And I know that he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he needs the pat on the back from all of you guys out there. And he also, you know, if we attack this guy in his channel, that guy will, you know, he'll pull his funding to Dave. So I would ask you to please do like I'm doing. For me, it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut, so I'm better off not doing anything. In other words, I'm going to back out of there. I'll still sub to Dave. But any comments I make will be strictly by email to Dave, because I don't want to cause a rift. You know, I'm talking about Super Dave. I don't want to cause a rift in there that would cause him to lose financing for his channel. And that goes for the other channels as well. Plus, it would bother me very much, just as it did when I was over there in Guapo's channel, when he expressed what he did. He made it very plain about how he felt. And he was very upset that somebody would do something against Dave. And I'm one of those guys that had made a couple comments that would be considered derogatory, although they weren't mean, but they weren't for him, they just weren't, well, let's put it this way. They weren't completely against him, but they weren't for him in any way to this guy. So it was very plain that Guapo was very upset, enough that somebody like me is better off staying away, because he needs whatever it is that this guy is feeding him. And that, I understand that, Guapo, and I apologize for being in your channel that night. And I won't bother you. I won't do that to you. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about it as well. You know, enough is enough for me. And the rest of the channels out there, I'm more than willing to come into your channel by invitation if that's what you really want. I want you to understand something. There's times where I just talk and I give my thoughts on things. And it doesn't mean that you have to take anything I say. And what I've realized by what's going on there with this Dave, and I'm not talking about Super Dave here, I'm talking about Dave, the guy that's given the gifts, okay, the monetary gifts. He will take an adverse effect, he'll take it out on each creator. If somebody like I am in your channel, if he sees me in your channel, he's going to take a swipe at you. He's going to let you know that somebody like me is not welcome, just like he did with PBS in his comments about PBS. PBS, as far as I'm concerned, I like the guy. As far as I'm concerned, he's a friend. And we don't always see exactly eye to eye, but we do have similar thoughts. I know that I'm still making comments in his, and he hasn't said anything about it. If he ever didn't want me to make comments there, he can say enough's enough, Ray, and I'll be gone. Not that I won't listen to him, but I won't make comments, because I'm not there to disturb your subs, of any of your subs, but especially the people that are bringing gifts in, monetary gifts to you. Those people, I know they're important to the livelihood of each one of you. And everybody else out there, I would say, I know I'm one of the more outspoken ones, okay? I would say stay with these channels, please. And I would beg of you to help everyone in their endeavors to get ahead, okay? There's each one of the channels, and my belief is they're being pitted now against each other in some way or other because Dave has orchestrated that. Dave the giver, not Super Dave. Dave the giver. I don't know where or how this guy got started doing things. I've looked at somewhat of things behind him. The problem is his name is extremely common, especially in England. It's hard to nail down. If I had a picture, I'd nail him down pretty quick. And then I'd know who it is. And I'm not talking about nailing him personally, like nailing. I'm just saying then I'd find out what he really is or what he's about. Something that none of us, as far as I know, is aware of. Don't get butthurt because of what I'm saying on here tonight. I'm not turning against anybody out there that I've been following. What I'm doing is backing off enough so that you're not embarrassed by me being around. There's been enough comments about people like me because I am outspoken. And I don't plan on changing that, and I'm still going to put up my my videos out there. And those that don't want to watch it don't have to see it. In the same token, I'm not going to go on channels that I'm not welcome. If you want me on your channel, I'll be more than glad to come on your channels and be there. I still will back your goals and your causes. I'm not backing off you guys as individuals. I think a lot of every one of you. I just don't want to stand in your way of getting your goals and getting ahead. And if I keep commenting in your comments, I will be getting in your way between you and this David. And that is not my intent. The day will come probably where he's going to go on his merry way. I don't think he has the patience to stick around as he sees different things done. I think he's going to look for the excitement or the drama somewhere else when the drama quits. But that's just a guess. I don't know. Who am I? I'm not the seer. The only one that has a seer is the Vague Nation out there. He's got one. Moosey or whoever it is. I forgive me for laughing. I know a lot of people think stuff like that, but okay. Does everybody understand now? Right now, as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm a big problem for a lot of you out there to receive these gifts. And because of that, at this point, I am just going to keep my mouth shut, other than backing you from my channel. I will back you from here. If I'm on your channel, I'm going to cause you problems with this guy, because it's hard for me to have my tongue in my cheeks and say something or bite in my tongue. I'm just not that kind of a person. I'm very upfront, and I'm not an in-your-face person, but I'm upfront with what I'm thinking. And I apologize for some of the things I may have said in the last few days on your channel about this guy. If I back out of there, then there's no chance that this guy can use me as an excuse not to follow your channel or financially aid you in getting into your next step. And with that, I wish you all the best luck, and I'll pray for all of you. And it is a goodbye. I'm not going to force my way on anybody anymore. I've learned my lesson. Guapo said it best. He didn't want any old men. He drew this in his channel that don't like David. And when I got to thinking about it, the money thing has made it very plain where I'm just a bystander and I just give views. So The monetary end for me is slim. And I don't know what else I can say. I've sure had a good time with all of you. And I love all of the things that you guys have done and what you're accomplishing. And yes, when you're doing something great and I see it, I may leave a comment here and there to let you know that yes, I didn't, or no, I didn't quit following you. It's just, I'm not going to come up there and embarrass you. And I realize how embarrassed Guapo was the other night about people that were in his channel that were stopping him from being able to get more money from David. It's, I can see that, and I know it's important to people. And I shouldn't hold you guys to the standards that I have. I can have the standards I've got because I don't need somebody else's finances to exist. I just don't. And the Lord has provided enough for my wife and I to be happy. He's made our life happy. 62 years of marriage, and we're still smiling. We still love each other. That says a lot. And as long as I've got her, there's absolutely nothing else I need. If I was broke, tomorrow, and I still had my wife, that would be more than all the finances in the world. For all of you out there, I apologize if some of the things I've done may have caused you some financial difficulties. I'm not here for that. I meant no ill things towards any channel out there to cause them not to be able to get something from this guy. He has decided what's going to go on out there, and no amount of talk from me is going to change it. And no, I'm not going to dig deep in the bank and match his funds. For one thing, on my part, it'd be foolish, and for the other thing is, it would be for the wrong reason, and I'm not going to lower myself to that standard. So with that, I bid you goodbye, and yes, I'll be once in a while. I will leave positive comments from time to time. I have no intention of not following. My intention is to stay away so that I don't make a mistake and cause a financial deficit for you. I wish you all the best. I understand completely that those channels, they need something to be able to do something. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I know our Lord would understand it as well. Make something good out of it. It's my best advice I can give you. And well, goodbye.